How'd the Halloween thing go, man?
Oh, dude, it was such a ripoff, man. I should have
You were
known.
so excited. I mean,
Yeah.
you and your girl finally the couple's costume.
Yeah.
That was so funny because you originally it was going to be what, cat and mouse?
Yeah. You know what was crazy? I was the only referee. There was no roughs anywhere. Nobody. But yeah, we did a referee basketball player. Few people had her costume, but she did some different things.
What was it actually like? What did it entail?
Well, we ended up getting compliments on the street, luckily, but it was some hood ghetto bullshit, dude. We go to this place and we're like, all right, so will you buy tickets on Eventbrite?
Okay.
Which Eventbrite in New York is already a little shady because anybody could have an Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Like,
it could just be like some guy's house.
Exactly.
Yeah, where it's like, hey, come play video games in my house. And they'll make an Eventbrite. Yeah.
They'll pitch it at a party or something.
Yeah.
The back room of a bar. I did a terrible Eventbrite thing.
Yeah.
I think something in my jeans. But yeah, so we go and his valid ID was so serious. My ID's expired, but luckily I have a passport, so I had to turn around, go get my passport, come back to the Intrepid, 46th and 12th Avenue.
Oh,
sorry,
it's just at the pier?
Some plastic or something. Oh, there it is. Yeah, by the pier. And
how much?
I think $30 a ticket, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
That ain't even the worst part. Dude, so we get there. These guys were like, didn't even want us there, to be honest with you. I sensed something was wrong. So I'm like, is anybody else dressed up? He goes, oh, yeah, everybody's dressed up. We got like 5 Steve Harveys in there. I go upstairs, not one person's dressed up.
Wow.
Halloween party. So just me and her, the only people dressed up.
So you don't actually know anybody there?
No.
This is just Eventbrite, and it's like just it's on a boat, or
it was by the Intrepid. It was actually a closed down bar. It was a bar that went out of business. I don't know, some scheme and stuff going on.
Huh.
You go up there. There's like 5 security guards, big dudes. They got chain link fence that they literally stole from a construction site or something.
Wow.
It was just leaned up against the building to block you, and then they're standing behind it. They're like, ID, weapons check, you got your tickets. We do everything. They're on the radios, make us wait for 20 minutes to go up the elevator.
Is it like Halloween decorations, like haunted house? Nothing, just a bar.
Yep. And it was Halloween party. It was a rooftop bar. And you go there, and it's people with sparklers. The music is so loud you can't even talk.
Of course.
There's 2 groups of people there, about 100 tables, maybe 75 to 100 tables, and there's only 6 people here, 4 people here. And
wow.
We came like 2 hours. It was like a 4-hour thing. We came like an hour and a half into it. So
wow.
If anybody was coming, they're coming.
Yeah.
So anyways, we tried pulling up the thing because we go to sit down. And they go, oh, no, you can't sit down. Do you have a table reservation? We're like, well, here's our tickets. They go, oh, no, a table's $100 cash.
Of course, yeah.
Right? Cash, not even a card.
Yeah.
Like, there's an ATM right there. And the ATM charges $6 for a withdrawal. So then they tell us it's $100 a person for the table.
Wow.
It's just me and my lady. And
so
then
there's 10 people in this entire place.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he goes... And they're lighting off fireworks. I can't even really hear the people. They had to take me in a stairwell to talk to me. And they're like, let me radio it in, see if I could ask the favor. So then they go, listen, this is what we'll do just for you. You got to, instead of just giving us 100 cash, you got to just spend 100 at the table. We'll cut you guys a deal. They're acting all upset. They're like, that's 50 a person. Just spend that at the table, but we're only going to give you 1 hour to be here.
Wow.
And I was like, wait, so food, and because we don't drink, we're not going to drink that much. And we had a couple Diet Cokes. They were like $2 each. So then he's like, yeah, you got to spend 50 each on food, and we're whipping up ham sandwiches. I'm like, what?
Oh, wow.
Dude, he goes, the toaster's out, the fryer's out, so we got nothing fried.
Cold ham sandwiches.
We're out of turkey, we're out of cheese, all we got is ham. And they were on hamburger buns. Like the Schwabel's Wonder Bread hamburger buns.
This is crazy.
Dude, and they're cutting them in 4s and putting Doritos in the middle. And I'm like,
what the fuck
how many ham sandwiches am I going to eat? So we didn't do it. We were like, no, we're not going to do that. They were so pissed.
Wow.
You over here wasting people's time. We're like, dude, we gave you $60 to come up and look at your shitty venue.
Wow.
And then we just had to leave.
Ham sandwiches.
Yep.
They'll have one thing to eat, and they're like, we have ham sandwiches on hamburger buns.
You know the fryer was never working. That was a sales pitch.
Here's my thing is, why would you even offer that, though? You just say there's no food.
Right.
Why? Well, yeah. Why? What's the point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or just do popcorn or something. But it's like, no, we're going to make something that's deliberately shitty.
Dude, Doritos. You know what's crazy? It's some shit I would have expected from that club that closed down. They would
exactly. Well,
that's
what I was about to say is I think you're finally get a taste of your own medicine.
Yeah.
Where this is what people have been experiencing year after year.
Of me.
Well, imagine that, and then 20 minutes later, a comic goes on stage and bombs for a while.
Yeah, and then tries to fight you.
And then on the way out, you find out your credit card actually got charged $150.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was exactly the same setup. I wouldn't be surprised if the dude that owns that club was behind this one.
Wow.
I couldn't believe how unprofessional it was. They had sparklers.
Well, you got to think,
DJ.
too, is that these people also lost money.
Yeah, without a doubt, they had to have.
I mean, they were probably hoping it was going to be a big party, too. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got their karma. I bet you they rented out the space very cheap or whatever. Somebody knew a bar that was closed down.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we'll just rent the roof. We won't use the bar. Because they didn't even have a real bar set up. Like, they had a girl behind a table, like just one of those plastic fold-up tables with a cloth on it. And it just had alcohol and cups with a ice bucket.
Man, this is like college.
Yeah, dude. It was like your college dorm party.
Yeah. $5
little
for
Dixie
a
cups.
Cup.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some real ghetto stuff, dude. There was about 15 employees for 10 people.
Yeah, you think. I mean, those security guards aren't cheap.
And you know what was funny? The 10 people were making the best of it. They're standing up. They're making Instagram videos. They're like, whoa, hey, there's little ham sandwiches on the... They're holding the little ham sandwiches in the video.
Yeah, I mean, I guess by the time you're already there, it's like, yeah, you might as well, I guess, right?
And think about how far it is. We almost Ubered there because I forgot my passport. And they didn't want to let me in with a passport. That's the dumbest thing in the world. It's like, wait, okay, I could travel to another country with this passport. I can go to Rome, anywhere, but I can't get inside your rooftop little party event with my passport.
Not to mention, all they have up there is ham sandwiches. It's like, what?
The dude that was in charge, he goes, yo, I'll be real with you. I never looked at a passport before. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Wow.
I was like, there goes my birthday right there.
Yeah. Federal government.
Yeah, he's like, you could have printed this out. I'm like, bro, are you serious?
Wow.
There's all these stamps from other countries.
And they're going to make more money from you upstairs anyways. So
right.
It's like, why are they being strict?
Yeah, the dude didn't want us there.
Wow.
I don't know if this matters for anything. We're the only white people, and he even said it. He was like, yeah, let the 2 white people up.
That's so funny that 2 white people, one of them's dressed as a basketball player, the other one's a referee.
And we're the only ones dressed up.
Yeah.
The bartender was dressed up. She had some little angel wings, a thong on.
Yeah.
You know.
That's so funny. I mean, so much of the city is just like that. It's
right.
just rip-offs. It's like, just
Dude.
like 2 guys standing in front of a door trying to tell you what's going on behind them, and you got to pay them to find out.
Yeah, we went to a hookah bar afterwards. We're like, all right, well, they had hookahs there, so we were like, we'll do a hookah. My girl just started getting into hookahs. I don't mind a nice hookah. Yeah. So we leave, and we're walking, and we actually walk by a hookah bar on 46.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know this place. It's a $30 hookah. I've been here before. We go there. They want us to sit in the back because we're only 2 people. Restaurant's dead. Then the dude tells us when we're there, it was like, speaking of ripoffs, he goes, yeah, it's Halloween weekend, man. The hookahs are definitely more. Come on, Halloween weekend. I'm like, dude, we ordered the hookah. He's charging us double.
Wow.
It's $30 for the hookah. He's like, no, that's per person. Wow. He's like, there's 2 of you. It's holiday weekend. We're busy, man. The restaurant's dead. There's 3 people outside.
Jeez.
I'm like, dude, I told my lady, I said, I'm sick of this. I said, let's just go. We went home, watched 90 Day Fiance.
It's so funny. It's like the logic of a bad business owner is I only have 10 people here. Not their thought isn't like, I should find a way to get more customers. Their thought is, I got to rip off these 10 people as much as possible.
Right.
How can I squeeze the most out of this situation?
Yeah.
No matter what comes next.
They come by with those little juice drinks. They call it Hypnotic Halloween. They were trying to sell them $10 a shot.
It's like a nutcracker or something.
Yeah, it's just juice and vodka probably.
Just like sugar. Yeah, it's like a really sugary liquor drink.
Yeah. And dude, they were in these little, it wasn't even a shot. It was the things, when you do Robitussin, you get those
Yeah.
little, that's what they were in.
Wow.
I mean, those little cups like that.
There's so many times every single like little decision you describe, every detail of like the ham sandwiches were cut up with
Yeah.
Dorito, or it's just like every single step they could have been like, how can I make this at least a little bit better? And they were like, nah,
Right.
fuck that. Throw a Dorito in there.
If they would have got a hot plate like the prisoners use, they could have made fried. Here's the thing: the workers were all standing around doing nothing. 13 workers.
Yeah.
That you can. There's only 10 people. How many people are you gonna wait on?
Right.
You give them their drinks, their hookah, their little ham sandwiches. They're good for a minute.
The thing about New York City is that it really is like everything is just who you know.
Right.
That same night, there were probably hundreds of like really cool Halloween costume parties going on. But it's like you decided, because you just didn't know anybody who was doing it, that I got to just Google
Right.
Eventbrite, what's a Halloween party? And then you end up getting ripped off. But it's like, when's the last time you've even been to like a cool party in New York City? It's only happened a couple of times for me.
Yeah, I never really get the comedy parties. I don't get the invites. I'm always last minute on
Not even
that.
comedy party, but just like a house party.
I've never been.
Yeah, it's very rare. But there are some people, depending on what because I guess all we know are comedians.
Right.
So it's like they're usually working at night. But there are like cool people, even in this neighborhood, who are just having like, the way you'd have a party before comedy.
Right.
Where it's just like a bunch of people hanging out and, at a house.
I've been to some fun comedy parties, probably about 3 or 4, like somebody's birthday. Or,
Yeah. But it's like you realize that there's the vast majority of the city is completely inaccessible unless you know the right people.
Right.
And then once you're plugged in, then it's like it's everywhere.
You're at the cool rooftop. You're at the Moxie somewhere.
Yeah, there's a rooftop and it's just cool people.
Having a cocktail with a heart surgeon.
And they're not trying to fucking rip you off.
Right.
It's just
Yeah, they
people who
make
want-
money.
They
Yeah.
want, well, not even it's just a house party, so no one's making money, but they actually want you to have fun.
Right.
They're not like it's not a predatory thing where it's like, how can I fuck this guy over?
Yeah, you're a guest.
Yeah, you're a guest. So it's like it's so hard to like, I think so many people end up who move to New York City leave after like a year just because you can never find a way in.
It was so funny to me how blatantly disrespectful this place was. Like, if there was a HR or OSHA, this would never fly.
Yeah. Well, it's like a one-time deal too, so you can't even leave a Yelp review.
Dude was yelling at me. He's like, yeah, wasting our damn time, man. It's like,
Well,
no, dude, you screwed me.
Well, you're both out of money, so it's like there's nobody in that situation is gonna be happy.
Yeah, and we're dressed up. We came all the way there.
That is so funny.
But walking around the city, we got a lot of compliments.
Yeah, I think that's the best move for Halloween in New York City. I mean, you're about to be out of town, but like you just go to the Village, West
Dude, it's
Village.
gonna be crazy.
And, they have a cool, parade. Everybody's just out. You're just sort of in the vibe of it. But yeah, just getting to like, going to a party where you only know the person you're with.
Yeah,
I mean, how much fun could they even possibly be?
right. I'm all about meeting people, We're lucky. We do comedy. We know so many people. My lady, she's from another country. It's hard. It's actually hard to make friends.
Well, you just don't have a comedy is a pretense for going out.
Yeah,
It's a reason to be somewhere.
We did another thing too. We did 2 things. We did they had this Halloween play. We weren't dressed up for this though, but it was the 7 Deadly Sins. It was like in Soho or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And you go to this place and there's 7 actors. It's a live performance.
Right.
And they separate inside this big 3-story like library.
Yeah.
And they you got to follow them around and see what they do.
Ah, cool.
It was pretty cool. It was fun to watch. You could stay for multiple shows. It was free too. That's what was cool. You had to make a reservation, but
there's cool stuff like that in the city.
yeah,
Stuff that like it's not like big like advertised tourist stuff, but you just sort of go up a stairwell.
Anytime you're involved with people in arts or drama or theater, it's a way better experience. Except for, I hate to say it, those comedy shows. Sometimes you run into some BS.
Sometimes it's cool though. I mean, you've done these cool shows where it's just at like a loft.
Right. No,
Right.
those are the best.
And then it's like, but the thing about with those shows is like, you would never know about that show unless somebody told you.
exactly.
You just happen to be, the right person. Then you get there and it doesn't look like anything. Then you walk up a stairwell and it's just like 200 people
yeah,
jammed into a place and it's cool.
we're talking about this, how scarce stage time gets. Clubs are closing.
Yeah.
But what's really popping is those produced shows. I've been to a few to where.
But the thing is, though, a lot of them are also shit.
Right.
A lot of times it can be a show where it's like you go and it's just 4 people in a room.
Yeah.
And then you're there and you don't want to leave because you're the only 4th person there.
They seat you up front.
So they're going to notice you. Yeah, yeah. What
You're
you
the
want,
butt-
you want to walk into a place that's already popping.
Yeah. There is some cool ones. That's the thing. We got to get in the in crowd. At what point are you in the in crowd where you're getting
we're
invited
not.
to
Let
parties?
me tell you, we're not even close to the in crowd. we could do this for decades. It's like this is like I always say. My big philosophy on this podcast. Some guys got it.
Yeah, you do stand by that.
Some guys got it. Well, it's just if there's ever something I've been more confident about in the comedy world, it's just some guys got it, and some guys don't got it. Some guys show up to the city within 2 weeks; they're already in the inn.
Yeah,
Some guys are here for decades, and they're still at Broadway.
that's true. Yeah, I can't figure that out. I feel like I'm one of those guys that could fake it and have it. I would be faking it though.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'd sniff that out though.
Yeah, a couple
people who are
weeks.
in can feel it. They'd be checking out your pants.
What is it? You got to be annoying? I don't understand.
Not even that. It's an aura about it.
Yeah.
The cool guy wouldn't be wearing that sweater.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the haircut.
I'd have some $500 Kanye West shirt on that like people think it's a cheap shirt. They go, "What are you doing in that shirt?" I'm like, "This is a 500 Yeezy."
This is Korean.
Yeah. What are you
they
talking
only made
about?
3 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, really. I guess it is all smoke and mirrors. Everything about this is all bullshit. That's what's most frustrating about it.
Yeah.
Is that there's nothing about that show that's actually like, it's just comedy.
Right.
We know how this works.
And it's the hot room. You get the people that go up. So.
Well, I mean, it's just people who went up because they're just friends with the right guy.
Right.
Somebody owes them a favor, and it's like, you bring in a cool crowd, but there's nobody, there's no formula for this plus this equals cool. That's what's the most frustrating about everything in New York City, is that some places just got it.
The thing is with these places that are packed sometimes, the rooms are too hot. My only gripe with them is
absolutely.
You go up and you're killing for nothing. So I woke up late and people, and you're like, dude, this would never work in real life.
This is real life, though.
Yeah.
These are the cool people. These are the people who, if these guys were your friends, you'd be huge.
Yeah.
These are the ones who have all the Twitter followers or something.
I'd be getting that Netflix 15.
But yeah, then the thing is, with these cool shows, you go up and it's like you're crushing in front of but yeah, the venue itself, it's hot. There's one bathroom.
Right.
It's kind of like shitty looking. But that goes to show it's not about the venue. Because we've been to places before where the venue is super laid out and nice.
Right.
0 audience.
Yeah, dude. And then we were at places where you can't fit another person. It's the basement of a bodega.
Yeah. It's all about just being able to lure them in like that. It's an aura. The thing people like more than anything at this point is not knowing where the show is.
That's a big thing.
It's a secret location. And that secret location, just ends up being a basement.
I talked to a few producers because, we reached out to these clubs.
Yeah.
They didn't get back to me. But these producers, I talked to a couple people. They go, bro, you're going about it all wrong. You got to find a bar that does shows, and you got to pitch it like a hideout type of show. Like,
of course, yeah.
Undisclosed location, cool venue. You find the upstairs of a bar, with a sound system because they have bands sometimes. You go there early, even do a mic check. I don't know, but
the thing is, you could do all that and it still won't. Sometimes it's going to be cool, it might not. It's all a roll of the dice.
Well, these clubs want like a 50-50, or they want to take 60 and give you 40, and they ain't doing shit.
But you just know that we're in a big enough city that like it's what's so frustrating about it is there's cool shit happening that you just aren't aware of.
See, I want to get around that cool stuff. I
me
want
too.
Some nice
Here's
pants.
the thing, everybody wants that. But some guys just don't got it. I always hear about this thing in like somewhere in Midtown where you go up and it's like a magic show, but it's for like the max capacity is like 12 people. And a magician just does close-up magic for a few hours. But it's in like a secret place, and you got to it's like invite only. So you got to know a guy who gets you the reservation at the table. But How cool would that be to see close-up magic in like a secret location, as opposed to some Times Square bullshit?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I've never been invited to cool things. I think if I got the social media going, a nice little outfit, a Rolls Royce.
Nah.
If I had a Rolls, you don't think
You can't buy your way into these things. That's the thing. I mean, when we were talking about a cool place with cool people, these aren't like finance rich guys, and these aren't like fit necessarily. Well, maybe if you're famous, but these aren't just like a guy who's popping online. It's just like it's cool.
Yeah, he's just a cool dude.
Some guys are just cool. They got it like that.
The Gatsby.
Yeah, exactly. You just got an aura about you where people want to, be around you.
You know what it is? I knew a kid got himself really cool. He was in prison, and he, I guess he was a pretty cool dude when you think about it.
Yeah.
Some stuff went down. I don't know what happened, but a mob came up to him. He got involved in the wrong thing, gambling, and to even the debt, they were like, "Listen, you got to shoot a guy in broad daylight, and and you got to do it like in front of a bunch of people. We want to make it known that you shot him."
Right.
And they're like, "You're gonna get caught," and they're like, I guess that's how they did it. And they're like, it's either that or we're going to tie you up and have rats chew your face off.
Right.
Is that crazy or what? So he did it. He got like 10 years in prison. And when he got out, dude, he made himself the coolest person ever. What he did was he went out to all these clubs, these bars, even started at the bowling alleys, dude. And he would, because he was like, you want to get these people that are young, 17, 18, start hyping yourself up.
Oh, yeah.
And what he did was he'd start talking about himself. He'd be like, man, there's this dude. He's opening up a club. Dude's wild. I'm working for him, trying to promote it.
Right.
And it was him. And he just kept saying, this is going to be the hottest room. Everybody's going to be there. And he built this room up for like 9 months. And then he started doing one-off shows he was producing. This is when Facebook was big.
Right.
And he had like 3 different Facebooks for it. And he was hitting people up and, dude, packing these places out.
Yeah.
He ended up becoming the coolest person in town. Had a sweet car.
Wow.
Everything. But, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
He had a couple of kids and had to give the life up. Those people got older.
Still, I mean, what a run, huh?
He had a hell of a run, dude, for about 8 or 9 years.
Cool story.
He was the coolest dude in town.
Wow. Yeah, I guess
nobody.
The thing with all this stuff about cool people, it doesn't last.
Right.
You're in for a while, and then eventually you age out of it, or new cool people move in.
Yeah, then you get a job at a car dealership.
Yeah, but they got like private restaurants in the city where it's like you can't even walk in. Or like, you ever heard of Rayo's? It's in Harlem.
Wow.
It's like the famous Italian restaurant that
way.
Everybody, it's like impossible to get a reservation, and there's only like 12 tables.
Yeah.
But all the tables are like reserved by like the same people.
Oh, wow.
But it's like it's supposed to be like the best Italian food in the city. But it's where like, famous boxers or something go, or like politicians and mob guys.
Wow.
But it's the kind of place where even if you are a rich hedge fund guy, you can't just walk in and buy your way in.
You got to be cool.
You got to be, one of the guys.
What if I just started hyping myself up? Or what if I got people to go around and talk about me in third person, like, or whatever this would be, but where people were like just gassing me up? Like, if I had some money,
it would help, I think.
Yeah.
But also, like, if people found out that you were paying these guys, then it's like,
dude,
party's
it's
over.
Yeah,
the
it's
smoke.
done.
Yeah. At that point, you're just, it's the Wizard of Oz.
You almost just need if you had 20 people and their job was to go out to all the shows, open mics, clubs, and just talk about you, word would travel.
I guess. I don't know. Here's the thing. I think people can kind of sniff these things out these days, though.
How can you do that yourself? You got to stir it up. Do some Kanye West shit.
Yeah, or, the formula for basically anything is if you just get a bunch of hot girls,
Yeah.
going to be in the room.
Nah, dude, you're right.
That's the formula right there.
That's the key.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really matter what you look like or what you do. If you just have a room and there's a bunch of hot girls here.
You're right.
Yeah. Even women want to go to a place where there's hot girls.
If we get rich, we know what to do. Just have hot girls with us.
Of course. That's yeah. I think that goes without saying.
You could.
But
probably
even just
get
like
'em.
even if you go to like Dubai or something, there's all these like rich oil sheiks or something. It's the dude with the full headdress,
Right.
and it's just him hanging out with just 10 Instagram models.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is how he just bought his way in.
And how much money would you in New York? You don't even need Instagram models. There's you got to get the girls that work at Starbucks or the bagel place.
Yeah.
And then you just say, "Listen, you're kind of too cute to be doing bagels. Why don't you come out with me tonight? I'll give you."
Well, it's like, table service or something.
I'll pay you hourly wage.
We got bottle. No, I mean we got bottles. Free bottles.
I would just give the girl $15 an hour to hang out with me.
Nah, you're not getting it. You're getting a very low quality girl for
You dress her up.
$15.
Get her some nice clothes.
No, you're getting laughed out of the Bronx for $15. They're not giving you. I mean, this is. I mean, we're talking 1,500.
Now you got to go to low-paying jobs where they're only making 15.
Fuck,
they hate making bagels.
Nah, you're not getting that girl for 15. Any
A
girl
bagel
like
girl?
that, well, you're not getting a hot girl first off at a bodega.
Well,
At
hot's
a deli.
subjective. You dress them up a little bit, dim the lights.
I think this is clearly why this would never work out for you. Is you would try to go low rent. Once you have the same mentality of the guy who ripped you off at that party.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what's the cheapest thing I could do? That's the equivalent of the ham sandwich.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, you can't rip people off.
Yeah.
You need a legitimately hot girl who's making legitimate money. You're not giving her, a $20 bill at the end of the night.
Because she knows how to be hot. You get the bagel girl, she's going to be too friendly with people.
Well, I mean, maybe you you randomly find a hot girl who works retail.
Right.
But it's like, you're not just going to give her retail money to be a hot girl at a party. It's like, there's economics involved.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of hot girls. There's a lot of hot girls that are working cheap. We see them.
Yeah, of course.
Working at TJ Maxx.
But I mean, they're working at a job. But if you tell them, like, hey, you got to be a hot girl who dances on a couch at a party, it's like, no, they're going to do a little math, Google what people are supposed to get. It's like, no, I mean, like a real hot girl who's like, 22 years old, and they're getting in, VIP bottle service places at these clubs. They know they should be getting thousands of dollars. Not only should they be getting thousands of dollars to show up at the party, it's totally a worthwhile investment.
Yeah.
Because you get them, and then, more people want to be in the room.
And it's too hard to find girls nowadays that don't know how to use Google.
Yeah.
5 years
OnlyFans.
ago. Yeah, that was a lot easier 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Girls, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with computers. Then I got her.
It's all just about, like, if you're trying to run, like, one of those club nights like that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so obvious, but it's like, yeah, you get the hot girl. The party, people are going to want to go.
Right.
So you just got to do the math where it's like, how much can I rip these guys off?
Yeah.
Where I'm going to get the hot girls there, pay them each $2,000.
Damn.
And then you got to, New York City. But then, you get a bunch of finance dudes who are all dumb enough to buy a bottle of Grey Goose for $400.
Right.
Yeah. And then you make your money back.
You just got to promise them, listen, man, it's finally your time.
Yeah.
These girls love Indian guys. Trust me.
Right. Balding, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in.
That dress shirt works here, believe it or not.
Unbutton those top few buttons of your... the hairy chest is a good look now.
Yeah.
Yeah. $400 for Grey Goose what a deal.
New York City.
Yeah, right.
Look at that girl right there.
Not only am I going to give you this $400 bottle of Grey Goose, I'm going to put some sparklers in it.
Yeah, and this girl's gonna whip you up some bagels.
Yeah, right. That's the funniest when you see like the Vegas bottle service.
Oh yeah.
Where you spend a crazy amount of money on this champagne bottle and they just come out with sparklers.
Dude.
And it's almost like paying for it to be your birthday.
Yeah.
Where everybody just like turns and sings for you.
Those are the places you never want to put a card down. Cash only.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No matter how much you got in your card, it's getting declined. Any bank's gonna be like 10,000.
Well, you just hand somebody your card, and it's you don't know what the fuck happens next.
Dude, that's what. Whenever you're in Miami, I'll go down to Miami. I'll have a layover, and dude, I'll see these people. I'll see people outside of clubs crying. You see people on their credit card.
Yeah, right.
A girl waxed them for a couple grand so quick, dude.
Wow. Well, yeah. I mean, you're drunk too,
right?
Doing some sort of back alley cocaine.
And these girls are like, they're drinking, they're pouring your damn bottle out because they work for the club.
Yeah.
So they're not even sipping your damn alcohol, so they could go through way more of it.
Yeah.
You burn through 2 bottles, it's $4,000.
Yeah.
And these girls are sober, and they're like, all right, oh, your money's all gone.
Well, next thing you know, Rick Ross walks in.
Right.
And then, say goodbye to that girl you've been...
Takes all your girls.
Yeah.
Either that or that oil sheik comes in.
Exactly.
And they know oil money.
Yeah,
in Miami.
they know who plays for the Miami Heat.
And meanwhile, you just spent your daughter's college fund. You were supposed to get her a car.
Right.
She's turning 19, got a baby on the way.
That's why guys end up at strip clubs.
Yeah, and that's the cheap way
But
out.
I mean, yeah, at least you know what you're paying for at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 at the door if the bouncer is greedy.
Well, I think like a nice strip club in like Vegas, I think you're still expecting to walk in and spend like $600.
Yeah, probably if you want to have a good time.
Yeah.
But that's nothing compared to them bottle girls.
Ah, yeah.
Them girls will get you every time.
Here's the thing though, is that like vast majority of people never end up in those kinds of clubs. Those like bottle service,
Right.
like really high end clubs. That's just like it's such a small portion of the population. Even among people who are in that age cohort where they're like, between 22 and 25,
Yeah.
very few people actually go to nice clubs, like nightclubs anymore.
Yeah, I mean, especially around here, but you go down to like Miami or something, it is popping.
It's popping, but even within Miami, that's still just kind of a small section of it.
And it's very much the guys that you would see on Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
These tan guys.
Yeah.
I understand they just want to get laid. It's like, go to a bagel place, find the girl, treat her good. Maybe her face isn't the best. She's a good girl.
Yeah, but that's not what they want. They want the sparklers.
The greed gets you.
It's not even greed, but it's just a totally different energy. If you can, I bet all the stuff we're shitting on, making fun of, if you got money like that, I bet it is pretty cool.
Oh,
At least
yeah.
at first. The first 2 hours of the party, it's like, no, you really are like still, you're the man.
Like some Drake money. I couldn't imagine just dropping 10 bands on something. That's nothing to people.
Ah, yeah,
I know
Drake walks in with a big ass box of ones or something.
Yeah. Dude, I know somebody told me they had a tab in Miami. I met him on rich dude, but they told me their tab was 40 grand in Miami for a weekend.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, I think that's pretty common too, right?
You could buy a house in Ohio.
Right.
There's a lot of Ohio girls. If you bought a nice little 1-bedroom ranch, 2-bedroom ranch
Right.
on an acre, little detached 2-car garage.
Still though, some guys just want to be in the light.
Yeah, they just want to be around that 19-year-old.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Even downtown's like that, man. This dude was passing out money, dude. West Village. He's just giving girls money that are walking by.
Wow.
He's like, you're so sexy, you deserve this. He was hammered.
Wow.
I know the guy. I don't want to shout him out who he is, but he was blackout drunk. I tried talking some sense into him. He's like, dude, you only live once. And then a few hours goes by. He's like, didn't realize what he did. He's like, where's my money? Where's my effing money?
Wow.
I'm like, dude, you were giving it to girls walking down the street.
See, that's the problem too with all this like bottle service stuff is that you're having the most fun ever and you're dropping 30, 40 grand at a club, but you're also blacked out drunk, so you don't even remember it.
Right.
You just wake up the next day and maybe you got some cool photos on your phone, but it's like you don't even get to experience it.
Can you imagine how bad you feel the next day?
No.
First off, you leave that club. Everybody that's doing that in that bottle service, dropping 40 grand, they're going home alone.
Yeah.
So now they're calling the hooker up, the late night 4 a.m. ones nobody wants.
Yeah.
They're dropping another 2K, 200 probably. Who knows what these girls cost?
Yeah.
And then, then you're worried. You're like, am I going to give my wife a disease?
Well, not even that, but just on a physical level, you're already hungover.
Right.
Because you've been drinking just hard liquor all night.
It's 4 a.m. You're broke.
Yeah, next year you're trying to figure out which floor you're on in the hotel.
Got to report your car stolen.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at. I don't know what the fuck I did.
When's the last time you got that kind of drunk?
I don't know. It's been a while, dude.
At least like 10 years for me.
Yeah, I mean, I was that kind of drunk before. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been that drunk.
Yeah.
I've been buzzed, but not that blackout drunk is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And people tell you what you did, and then they always make it worse. They're like, "Yeah, dude, you were on the train, man. You were whistling the whole with your fingers. It was loud. You wouldn't quit."
You kept trying to fight people.
Yeah. They always want to tell you what you did, dude. You took off your shoe and you were smacking people.
Wow.
You'd be like, "I did that."
Well, imagine, you got to think, you were, for this story, you were kind of broke too.
Right.
Imagine that story, plus you got 100 grand in your pocket.
Well, you wouldn't wake up.
What kind
with
of
it.
mayhem you're going to, but I mean, like, what kind of trouble you could get into?
Yeah, dude, you could do some stuff.
Yeah.
Probably buy a motorcycle somewhere. You ever hear that story about Mike Tyson? He had him open up a Ferrari dealership, or something. He wanted to buy a girl a car at the club.
Wow.
So he had them open up the dealership and he bought her a car, I think in New York. Like,
I believe it.
it's insane, dude. You just call who do you call? Like that you're going to open up a...
Well, I
who's
think
buying a Ferrari after the club?
people who sell Ferraris are like, that's a guy you get on the phone.
Right.
That's a guy who's willing. It's not like a guy who clocks in and out of his job. He's like, no, what do you need? I'm there.
Yeah. Do you want the leather seats? I'm on my way.
Well, I think anybody, once you get to that level of wealth, you just have people who are kind of like buzzing around you, trying to figure out what you need.
Trying to sell you Ferraris.
Well, trying to sell you Coke, trying to sell you anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Imagine how many people were in his ear. Mike, get her a Ferrari.
Yeah.
The Ferrari salesman.
Well, at first, Mike Tyson's in the club and he's drunk. He's like, I'm going to buy you a Toyota.
Right.
And then,
People are like, dude, you're Mike Tyson.
yeah.
Heavyweight champ of the world.
And he's next thing you know, it's an F-150.
Yep.
Then an Acura Integra.
Well, first it's like the Toyota LS, like the loaded model with the moonroof.
Yeah. And eventually, by the end of the night, you're coked up buying a Ferrari.
Yeah, you're trying to find children in another country. Look, what do you want? Somebody from Zimbabwe? I got a guy.
That's the move, I think, though, is if you really got some money and you want to just like blow some steam off and be a rock star, you got to go overseas.
Oh, without
go
a
to
doubt.
Thailand. Then it's like, you're at least not gonna spend $100,000 in Thailand.
Or even Ohio.
Nah.
I mean, dude, you could.
You got to go to a beach. You got to go to,
But beers are like $2 in Ohio.
No, but that's the thing is you're not gonna feel that kind of love though.
Oh yeah,
You're not
but I
gonna
bet
glamour.
you get those Ohio girls, man. That they're just working like at a call center. They'll make you feel like a god. You start throwing around fives.
Still,
Little
but,
five here.
No, you want to go to like a party though.
Yeah.
No, you want to
make
go
the party.
Yeah, I think we're talking about two different things here. Those girls.
I've never been to Thailand.
Yeah, well, I mean, those girls in Ohio. I think if you're like trying to ball like that, it's like, I don't know. You end up at someone's house.
Yeah.
And you're like watching them play Madden or something.
Walk in with a case of Faygo and a blunt.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
Smoking blunts. Next thing you know, you're watching a movie with the sound off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You playing some song, I want a big girl. Gonna back it up.
Yeah, she's showing you the dance that she just learned on TikTok. Yeah. No, I think the move is you go to Bangkok or like, one of those island kind of like tropical islands. That's when you really just ball out.
I mean, you need some major security that's sober.
Yeah.
That are great because they'll take your organs over there.
That's true.
People go missing in these other countries. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to. I mean, Thailand's safe. I probably wouldn't try to do it in like DR or something.
What about like China? Isn't China a top place? Hong Kong?
Macau is the place you go to in China.
Yeah.
It's like the island where there's like casinos, gambling and everything. Most of China, they're still pretty repressive about casinos. So they just have everything like in one island you go to. And it's like the James Bond island.
I don't know if it's South America or China, but I was talking to somebody that toured, and they were like, yeah, dude, you could get a room for $4 for a night, and you could eat for like $1.50 a day.
Huh.
Is that South America, do you think?
I mean, like, you mean like it's like a nice room?
I don't know how nice the room is, but $4, dude.
I mean, I think that's for like, if you're really like roughing it.
Yeah.
That's not like a luxury or something.
I couldn't
what
imagine
I'm talking about
just
is
spending $4 and getting to sleep somewhere.
I mean, I stayed at like a hostel and spent $10.
That's
like
that's crazy though.
I bet it was like kind of shitty, but it's
But
like
$10.
yeah, but it's like that's because I was broke. I'm in Cambodia. You got to stay somewhere.
I would travel the world. I would rough it out. $10.
It is. I mean, you think so, but then like you get there and it's like this is kind of shitty after.
Homeless people there.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about balling out though, and you're actually like a rich guy, that's you want to go somewhere nice.
Remember when LOL was on 43rd and 8th? Were you ever over there? A dude showed up. There was like some sort of a hostel over that way. Dude showed up bleeding from a stab wound. They sat him in the show.
Wow.
He lived in a hostel.
Wow.
Of course he didn't buy anything. It's like, dude, why would they even seat this guy? But there was a hostel over by the creek in the cave. We would get people from there too, remember?
Yeah.
You get some psychos coming through there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if you're in a hostel like that, you're risking your life. But I don't even think those hostels were $10 a day. Like,
yeah, New York City is still like $100.
right.
Yeah, and you're still in like a bunk bed with a bunch of dudes.
I don't know, man. I think Ohio's the way to go. Good bit. I
Just
knew
get drunk and buy a house.
You gotta set yourself up. Small business. Like I told you, the one girl I knew from Ohio, she adopted all those kids, got on paper routes. She was getting money, food stamps, and the tips from the paper routes.
Wow.
She was like, "It's Sunday. It's a big money day." They had to deliver them before school.
Huh.
I dated one of them.
Wow.
She'd come over, bring me a little newspaper.
See, I mean, these are just different paths you can take in life.
Yeah.
You could be the cool guy who has cool friends and does cool things.
Goes tanning.
Or you could be the guy who tries to run a scam through welfare.
Right.
Yeah. Different paths.
Yeah. Still both pretty cool though.
Yeah. I mean, you still have a full life.
Your
Yeah.
pantry's filled either way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing all the ways people make money now, and it is crazy how much is actually out there for the taking. We just don't have our hands on it,
Exactly.
but it's there.
I mean, if you know it's just about knowing who to ask.
Honestly, me and you gotta get good at scamming. That's really what it's about.
The thing is, what we call scamming, other people call legitimate business.
You know, I've been hanging with some influencers.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm meeting them here and there.
Yeah.
And some of these guys, like you meet these rappers, dude, or like some of these people, and they're actually just scammers and they rap. They're not rich from rapping.
Exactly.
They're just trying to maintain that
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
You'll talk to them like, oh, well, how'd you get that money? And then they'll be like, yeah, listen, you know, I got a connection at Foot Locker. I get shoes for free. I sell them.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, well, I thought you were a successful rapper.
Yeah, among other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I also sell weed.
A lot of people are scamming nowadays. We just don't know about it. Pennies
Yeah.
on the dollar.
Yep. Facebook Marketplace.
If you could scam a little bit every hour consistently with the internet,
Of course.
you're going to be good to go.
Yeah. Selling Metro cards.
Yeah, start selling cars.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody about it.
Right. It's funny, though, is that, like, in my mind, and I think in your mind, there is a level where we're going to get to where we say, like, if I just get to here, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then I can finally take a breath and I can just relax. The truth is, there's never that level.
Yeah.
Because you get that high and it's like, no, you still got to scramble.
Right.
There's always going to be something like, I mean, whatever you get is always going to be on the verge of going away. So you're always going to have to be thinking about different ways to make money and scam people and make a couple, revenue streams and everything.
And budget. Honestly, I got to get better. If you're really good at budgeting, you can make it work.
But I mean, it's always going to be a scramble. And we're always going to be running schemes and shit.
Can you imagine, like, dude, I was with this guy. He didn't plan on, we went to a place to eat and shoot a video for his business.
Yeah.
And anyways, we just had to stop at this place. And he was with his wife, and he bought $5,000 worth of, like, flooring.
Right.
And he didn't even expect to buy it. And it was, like, for his garage in Long Island. Or Connecticut, I think. And it's like, bro, how do you just drop $5,000 you didn't even expect to spend?
Right.
Wife just picked out a floor, and now you're tiling your... That's having money to me. Or if you could just go
that's
buy...
just being dumb, too.
Imagine bedroom furniture.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time you bought, like, some oak end tables, the lamps?
Been a while.
Yeah. We got to get it together, dude. Imagine just having that. The little pillow in the middle with the little frayed stuff hanging.
Yeah.
You made it. You got, like, 2 sheets, that one sheet that goes over the regular sheet.
Yeah, the one that hangs off the side.
Yeah, my girlfriend's successful. She got, like, 3-4 sheets. I'm like, babe, like, you've made it.
You got backup pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 pillows and the big, thick pillows. You ever sleep over somebody's house that got money?
Yeah.
Dude, those pillows are no joke. The $50 pillows.
Yeah. Thread counts.
I see why they... Dude, your head's like... You don't even need to lay on your shoulder. Your head's in the right position.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Must be nice.
I think we'll get it one day. But the thing is, to live like that, you can't do it in New York. I mean, we'd have to be multi-millionaires. Yeah, she is doing it. But she's also got a real job.
That's the equation here. Is that she's actually working a legitimate job. Not trying to do this shit for a living.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.